Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are watching for the first time and you do not know me yet, I am Mommy Lala, and welcome to my CEDA or Craft Every Day in August, where I feature different crafty basics. So tonight, I am just simply going to color, all right, and we'll discuss with you and showcase, at the level that I am, which is fairly basic, fairly a beginner despite the many years of trying, but that's fine, right? So mine is really baby steps, right? So anyway, we have a lot of people in the chat who are actually, been doing a lot of coloring, and they are actually, for I can say, a little bit more expert than I am, right? But don't worry, because this episode is really for beginners, right? So please do join me and my dear friend. Yes, remember I mentioned yesterday that hopefully my dear friend Dinky in the chat, okay, aka Doc Shirley, is with us. Yes, I kind of bullied her a bit to join me tonight. All right, so you will kind of see her hands. Okay, so let's show our hands. Okay, no, that is your camera. That's your camera. There, the one with the awesome nails. That's my friend Dinky. And this is me. Yes, there you go. So it's going to be two beginners tonight, right? So there you go. So yes, okay, pull out your whatever coloring material you have at home. Whether it be your usual crayons, color pencils, water-soluble pigment like crayons or pencils, and of course, alcohol ink markers, right? So for crafters, normally, these are the kinds of coloring medium or material that we are used to. And oftentimes when we watch others, on YouTube and other stuff, color their stamped images or their foiled images or even letterpress images. These are the usual materials that you can find. All right, so first and foremost, let's greet everybody in the chat. First in the chat today, hello Yvette, good morning. So are you waiting, are you almost on your way out for Aquafit? All right, so I'm super happy that Yvette is really, intentionally taking care of her health by doing Aquafit. Maybe one of these days, we can you do like a shorts about that, Yvette, right? So what it actually looks like in one of your sessions. That would be awesome to see. And of course, we have Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Vicky is VJ Designs on YouTube. Yes, she has just recently started her creative journey on YouTube. So if you are not yet following her, I suggest that you do so, especially if you are interested in art journaling. I actually saw one of her videos just today, okay, making her masterboard even more awesome. Or if there are scraps in your masterboard that somehow you don't kind of like, okay, she showed us how you can actually mute that and do something with it. All right. Of course, we have our moderator daughter in the chat, Sammy. Yeah, she has had her coffee because she's actually sleepy. Together with my dear friend right now is going to join me. Okay, so they have both had their coffee. There you see the coffee cup at the back. Yes. Okay, I'm truly a beginner in coloring. Okay, high five, Vicky. This is for us then. All right. Okay, should be heading out in an hour or so. All right, Yvette, we would really absolutely appreciate any advice that you could, give in the chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Yvette actually, she colors very fast. Actually, everything she does is kind of fast. That's why if we want to challenge her, but so far all the challenges we have given her, she passed. So maybe we should do 100 cards in 1 hour. How's that, Yvette? Maybe she cannot do that because I think she already did smashing one full paper pad, okay, into a set of cards and stuff like that. So again, thank you so much, Yvette. And of course we have Judy. Hi, Judy. All right, so I have my coffee. Okay, what do you call this? Julie. Vicky has her coffee as well in hand. High five! All right. And of course, Judy. Hi, Judy. Oh, I love your avatar. Thanks, Judy, for dropping by, my friend. And I hope all is well. So everybody seems to be having coffee today except me because I can't do coffee anymore. Yes, because I have GERD. All right. So hello, Linda. Good morning, my friend. I hope that you are absolutely on your way to full recovery. All right. So with that, okay, let's start. Okay. So again, I am joined by my dear friend Dinky. So later you will see two sets of hands. Okay. So mine and my dear friend Chana, she is just not yet ready to show her face. Hopefully, next time she will be brave enough, or I could kind of, push her a little bit, okay, into doing things, okay. I never took up liking coffee. Really, Judy, I used to, drink a lot of coffee until I had experienced GERD. And that is one of the things that I had to let go. All right. So, but in any case, I would rather not have stomach pain. So, okay, bye-bye to coffee then. All right. So, I will be showing you three different kinds of coloring materials today. All right. So, what you see here are some of the printed things. Okay, some are on watercolor, some are on regular cardstock. That Dinky and I, okay, she actually doesn't have an active YouTube channel, right? Not yet, not yet. She just has one so that she can comment in the chat. Okay, when she watches us, right? So, okay, so we will just move that aside first. Okay, so we will start first with alcohol ink markers. So when I started, I actually really started with Sammy is actually the first one who got me into getting all of this coloring stuff. Okay, just a disclaimer, so to speak. Okay, you can chime in anytime, my dear friend who's here. All right. Okay, so but no, don't be. Okay, you have to be like very near, otherwise it's not gonna. It's gonna be heard because this is an XLR. So unlike the other one where even the raindrops outside can be heard, this is the opposite, right? So it has to be like very, very near. Again, my friend is very shy. So as I was saying, okay, so it was Sammy Pai, my daughter, he was into coloring big time. So remember the era of adult coloring? I think that was about 2015, 2016, something like that, right? So she fell in love with different markers, coloring materials. And I'm such an enabler, mommy, right? Okay. So she started attending classes and I joined her. So this is how, these are my Copics and this is how I store them. I store them in acrylic containers like this by color family. So that's the green, that's the blue. All right. Again, I've been a crafter for over 4 decades, right? So yes, I do have a lot of stuff, okay? But I didn't get all of this in like, one day. Okay. It took a while. So maybe I'll just buy first 2, 1, whatever, or whatever it is I need. Right. So they come in. So that's why if ever I need something, I will just pull out, okay, one of these trays.
Just keep coming.
Right. And then this is for the Copic marker. So the thing about Copic markers, so for those who are beginners and you see a lot of crafters, right? So this is the one that they actually will show you. Okay, or you will see them, they will show you what the code is, right? So it's BV01. How I wish I could like do the same thing, right? So anyways, and then there's another brand lately which is actually cheaper, but still it's actually pretty nice. The Ohuhu. Okay, actually there's several other brands out there in the market, but I find that this brand is like a third of the actual price of a Copic marker. All right, so and then yes, it came with this one, and I did swatch. Okay, so for most coloring artists, this is the first thing that they would normally advise you to do. If you have a set of whatever marker, color pencils, watercolor, the first thing you do is to swatch them. Because normally, like if you look at the tip of the pen or the tube, it doesn't really is exactly the same color. So they always advise that you create a swatch based on the paper that you probably would want to use them for. All right. So, oops, blurry. Okay, there you go. Okay, so these are the kinds of alcohol ink markers that we will be using today. All right. So if normally, okay. So yes, thank you, friend. So Dinky is helping me. Shirley is helping me put them back. All right. So if you are into paper crafting, card making. So normally, remember we did stamping, basic stamping. If you are new and then you did it, well, you weren't able to watch that. Okay, I do have a playlist link in the description of this video. You can just go through that and look for the one that says stamps, and you can get like I already mentioned what kinds of ink is perfect if you want to do alcohol ink coloring. Okay, so alcohol marker coloring. Okay. So I have here, okay, so Shirley and I have actually chosen, actually I have not, I will now look for, okay, one, okay, that I can do, okay. This is from Altenew, okay, it's a whimsical flower bunch coloring sheets. There you go. Okay, so it has 12 designs, 24 pages, and 80-pound white cardstock. So we will be using this to create. Okay, so what are you gonna start with, my friend?
This one?
Okay, but this is for your for your pencil. You want to use it the same for alcohol ink?
I don't know. You advise me because I'm really a beginner.
Okay, guys.
I'm
okay,
just the lurker here.
no. Okay, Shirley is very brave. Okay, guys, help Shirley. Okay, so which one do you want her to? She started this, okay, earlier on, while before we had dinner. This is what did you? Oh yeah, this part I think she
It's
used.
alcohol.
Yes,
These are the pens.
Okay, and then this one she used color pencils, which we will do later. So, or do you want her to start with a new one? This is from Carandash. Okay, so for those who have heard of Carandash, they make the best water-soluble, very pigmented colors. All right, so would you like her to create one from this like postcard from Carandash, or this one? No, we will not massacre. Okay. Hi Judy. Everybody saying hi to everyone. I do not like coffee at all. Oh no. Okay, so Lynn, we love you, friend, but there are people in the chat right now who can't do coffee, and it's like a 50-50 thing, I think. Okay, some are into coffee, some are not. Okay, so friends, so which one? Which do you want to see Doc Shirley do? This one or this one?
The easier one.
Okay, so both is actually pretty nice. All right. Okay, let me see. Let's try this look. Okay, so so that they can see, a bigger view of this one. Okay, so that one. All right. So would you like Shirley to do this one? It's nice, right? Yes, or this one. Okay, she already started with that. Okay, so which one, my friends? All right, so we will wait for your advice. So first we will color with alcohol ink markers. New one. All right, Vicky said new one, Dr. Lee. All right, thank you, Vicky. You can do this. Okay, let's encourage. Okay, my dear friend, Doc Shirley here. All right.
Disclaimer, I'm really a beginner.
Okay, no
I do
worries.
Not do this.
Yes. All right. She is actually very busy. She has a lot of work, but I said, come on, dear friend, join me. All right. So, okay, you will color over here, my friend, so that people can see. All right. So, this is Doc Shirley. Okay. Okay. So, let me see. I'm looking for something. Okay, that I want to color, not too much. Okay, so you can choose, my friend, which color you want.
All right.
Okay, so you can do that or you can do this. This is easier because you have already the colors. I'm just showing Shirley the different markers at the back. So, Okay, there you go. Okay, so you can put the markers over there if you want. Yeah. She is shy, but I said, don't you worry, my friend. Everything's fine.
Okay, so we'll start.
Yes, yes. Okay, so what are you gonna color it with?
This one?
Okay, no. What like do you have like an idea of what color you want it to be?
Randomness.
All
That's
right.
the idea.
Randomness. All right. Okay, so let me see if I want to do spread joy or do I want to do this one?
That might be nice.
This one. Okay, Shirley said, okay, I'll do this one. All right. So she is working with a postcard from Karandash and I'm working with one from Altenews Whimsical Flower Bunch Coloring Sheets. All right. So,
Oh
okay. Is it dry already?
No. Oh, yes.
Okay, so look at this. Ta-da! All right, so she pulled out one of my Copic markers and then realized it's super dry. All right, so first and foremost, when you have a Copic marker like this, check the barrel. Okay, check for cracks. Because recently I've realized that, I've had this for so long. When you have cracks on the house, you can no longer remedy that. Otherwise, you can just, buy the re-inker and then you can re-ink that. So sorry, my friend, the EO2 cannot be used. Okay, so you will know the tip is already, there's a white. So it means that it has dried up. And as I mentioned earlier, in a past episode, I've been getting a lot of dried up markers, but don't worry, most of the time I do have like doubles, okay, of each. Okay, so let me see, what do I want? Okay, another one. Okay, another brand that I actually have, I forgot to show, is the Altenews one. I know that there are several of us who actually also love Altenews, so maybe I will just use this Altenews set. This is called the Water Garden set. All right, so let's pull that out. And just like, okay, I actually did swatch this. Look, I have to say, I actually swatched this, right? I just stamped several flowers of the same images and then just, so that I know which one, what wisteria would look like, what hydrangea would look like, ultraviolet, and ayan, I cannot understand my own writing, just like yesterday. All right, so Shirley is actually working on her...
On my house.
Okay, so she started with the house. So what made you decide to use that one, Doc? Okay, that one.
Like I said, whatever my hand picks up, that's what we will use.
All right, so again, that's a great thing, right? So sometimes as a beginner, we find it like scary, right? So for me, the worst is for me it's like, which color do I start with, right? Okay, so that was for me the scariest, okay, of being a beginner. I didn't know really which one to start with. Okay, so let me see.
It smells good.
Oh, really? The alcohol?
Yeah. Alcohol in coffee is also good.
All right, so there you go. So we are trying to, how about if it's this look? Okay, but then it's about this look. All right, so there you go. Okay. So as I mentioned, I will just start with that one. Okay. And
it's all right if I go beyond the lines, right?
It's okay. Okay, come on. Doc's camera is getting blurry.
Is it?
All right, there you go. Okay, there you go. It's starting to focus again. Okay, there you go. So I'll be on top, okay, and Doc Shirley or
Just
Dinky. She wants to be, okay, Dinky. Okay. So that's a very nice, intricate design, said Vicky. Hi, Jenna. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Indeed. Yes, because we are so global today, right? Some are joining us from the Philippines, some are from the US, and beyond. All right, so let's look at this one. All right, so there it does. Okay, unlike the Copic markers, where you actually have codes that somehow, would tell you why. Okay, so why are the numbers like so? Okay, so how about come on, focus. Okay, it doesn't want to focus. Me and the focusing are not focusing. Okay, things are not focusing today. All right, so I do have a reference here. So I do have this reference that I've had forever. It's called from Annie's Paper Crafts. It does give you this one's already level 3 for people, but she does have a level 1, a level 2, a level 3 for Copic coloring. All right, but I feel that the topics here, all right, or the suggestions here are actually also great for not only Copics but for alcohol markers in general. Like, how do you color hair, like that? How do you color, the dress or the clothes, and other inspiration? And then there's also this color chart, okay, that you can buy. Copic color chart, okay? So what do the codes actually mean, right? So there you go. So you have the classic markers, you have the 72 color set, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basically this is it. So to determine, this is what it's important for us, most of us. So when you're picking you're picking blending colors. Okay, so to determine if a color will blend evenly with the next darker or lighter shade. So you have to match the letters to keep the color family the same. And then after that, you match the middle number, okay, to keep the blending group the same. Okay, and then finally, the last number indicates how light or dark. Oh, I moved. Okay, focus. Okay. Okay, and finally, the last number, okay, indicates how light or dark the specific value is. Okay, stop moving, Lala. Stop. It won't focus. Okay. Okay. So basically, friend, okay, so let's say you have an RV. Okay. So you use RV000. And then the next color, you choose RV04. They will blend because they are basically from the same color family. And then the middle number, okay, will tell you the group is the same. Thank you. And then, of course, the last numbers will just tell you how bright of the same family it is. Like, this is the lightest. So as the number grows up, it becomes darker. All right. So I think that is one of the things that if you are going to start using Copics is very, very important, because I didn't know how to choose colors and will it blend or not blend, right? So this is actually very important, and I will try to, focus at it again. And then if you can take a photo, go ahead. That is very, very important. Screenshot, my friends. All right. And then for highlights, pick a last number with a value of 0, 1, 2, or 3. For midtones, choose the numbers 4, 5, or 6. And then if you want it to be shadows, pick a number of 7, 8, or 9. So for best results, try to keep a 2 or 3 digit difference between your colors. What do I mean? For example, okay, so before I go into what do you call this? Alt and new. Okay, so before I proceed with alt and new, okay, I will do like 3 colors. Okay, so 20. Okay, let me see. 21. You find one that okay, V15, V70, V22, 25. Okay, so for example, this one. Okay, so it's V22, okay, and V25. Okay, so you have a V22 and a V25. So they say that the best is to do a difference of like 3 numbers. So if you do 22, then your next color should be a V25. So the next color would be a V28. So it does give you like a nicer blend if you follow that. Okay, so this is not something that I made up. Okay, this is something that the manufacturer themselves, okay, actually suggest. Okay, so and normally, again, guys, I'm no expert, so is Dicky. So we're just doing this, okay, as as beginners. Okay, so normally I would start with, okay, the lighter shade, okay, and then flicker, or with a flicking motion. So it's not like that. It's like I flick, okay. Okay, this is just me. Okay, nowadays that's what I do. Before, I would like color everything with the same intensity, with the same pressure. How about you, friend? How are you coloring this? Do you actually like color it in with the same kind of pressure? Okay, so how do you do it?
I don't know.
Just color it in the lines.
Just coloring.
Come on, she's still sleepy.
No. I'm still thinking. If I'm
So do you think it
heading
matters?
towards anything that's
All right. So normally
nice.
they say that the the ones that are near the edges, or those that are near a light source, would have like shadows, darker shadows, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I tend to put like darker stuff on the bottom, okay, on the sides. But oftentimes when I do that, it's like sometimes all the details are muted, okay, because
That looks
they all
nice.
eventually looks the same to me.
That
All right.
actually looks nice.
Thank you. And then my friend, normally, before, what I will do is I will just color immediately. So a friend of mine suggested that you also need to let them dry up a little bit. All right. So give them time to also dry a little. Okay. Not too much. Okay. But,
Going for earth tones.
all right. Go. All right.
I didn't realize how many lines.
And they're so tiny, right? They're so tiny. And you know how it is when we see others when they do their coloring, where it's like, wow, there's a ton of layers. Do you know that if you actually see them do it, it takes them like a long time, because that's how it is, right? So you need to actually layer this, and don't be afraid to layer it. Okay, but that's something that I'm still, struggling with, as I am very impatient. It's like when I work on something, I want it to be finished and finished fast. Okay, but coloring is actually a mindful kind of activity. Do you call it like that, Charles? Now,
Yeah.
you need to just breathe, relax. And as T of Not Afraid of Color would say, let the process, trust the process, so to speak.
Sometimes you also have to let the artwork rest.
Exactly.
And then you
Which,
come back to it later on and
yes.
fresh
Yes, I think agree. But the thing is, as I said, the impatient me, it's like I want something really nice, but I want it done now. Now already. Finish already. All right. So, of course, as you can see, now I'm trying to go over it again. Okay, because I feel that everything seems to be okay, the same length. Okay. So flicker, flicker. I feel that one of the best or easiest to start with coloring are flowers, right? Or anything that's kind of organic because it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because in real life, these actually aren't perfect, right?
Yeah, and they have different shades.
Yes, they have different
So you can
shades.
play around with it.
Exactly.
But still.
It's a struggle. So I feel you, okay? So for those who are actually beginner in coloring, don't worry. As you can see, yes, you probably, oh, she's not so good at coloring. Absolutely. Right? So, but I love, when people say, oh, that's a nice, brand, stuff like that. So I'm easily, what do you call that, Shirls? Influenced?
Yes.
Yes, sway. There you go. It's like, oh, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the product. That's why I'm not good, right? That's why my coloring ain't so good. But I have seen, crafters, colorists, artists who actually just use like very not even branded, not even Copic, right?
No, yeah.
Just regular color markers, and their coloring is absolutely brilliant.
What do I do next?
Okay. All right. Oh, you have so many. How about the background?
Oh, I am actually intimidated by the
Oh,
background.
thank you, Vicky. We're doing great. Woohoo. Woot, 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 woot. All right. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. All right. So let's get on to the next one. Let me see. How about it's almost fall, or is it fall already, Shirls? Would you know? We're both from the Philippines, so we're not really
so, ours
familiar.
is just dry and wet.
Yeah, so maybe I would want to have this kind of like the leaves would have a little bit of like a fall color to it.
Well,
Okay.
you're doing really well.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, my friend, because I have more experience than you. More experience in terms of, just
This is actually my first time doing this.
Yes, that's very true, my friends. I actually, let her hold these markers for the very first time, just a few, yes, before we had dinner. Okay, so that at least she would have an idea of what she's working with tonight, right? So I'm just very grateful to Shirley or to Dinky that, she's so gracious to say, okay, if you need someone to be with you for tonight, because coloring is really not something I'm very confident with. And so most of the time I'm kind of afraid. And this kind of coloring, Shirls, a dear friend of mine who's cartoonist also. Okay, Stan Brown mentioned to me that you don't have to color everything na.
Yes.
Right? So, and
I agree.
that's absolutely
I'm done.
fine, right? So sometimes you do, you can leave what do you call that? A white space. And that's actually right. So look at that.
That's
Okay.
called, I think,
Right?
space.
Yeah. So you could leave a little bit of, not everything is kind of, colored. Like such is, the truth in nature, right? So not everything is, the same. Okay, so I kind of like that. Okay, and then I will just add a little bit of a different shade of this one is actually Y401. This is so if you see I used Copic for the flower and now I'm using Altenew for the leaves.
What's that?
Altenew. This is the brand. Yes, it's a different brand. Okay, I'm trying to make a crafter out of my dear friend, right? Because
Hopeless. I'm hopeless.
no, you're not, right, guys? Tell Dinky, no, you're not. We all started the same way, right? So again, okay, because if you are been watching and then probably you bought yourself some stamps and then some inks and then you started stamping and then you realized that yeah, it would be nice if I could color these images, right? So you can. Absolutely you can. Okay, and we're showing you a very basic way of actually, coloring. Okay, so you don't even need to like use so much. Okay, Y423. All right. So this one's the Y423. Whoop. Where are you? Where is my camera? Y423. There you go. 423 of the Altenew. All right. And so I will just do a little bit of like that onto the bottom of the leaves. Oh, exercises. Do you do that, sis? When you're working with something?
Well, I get crampy.
So you stretch? Yeah. That's nice.
Comes with age.
How we all know that, right? We all feel you. Okay, same here. That's why I have to have all this, the reason for all the electric stuff is because of that. Okay, but truth be told, it does help, right? So some of the tools that we have actually truly helps, right? So look at that. Okay, so not perfect, but eventually it does look nice, right? So don't be afraid. Okay, if you have coloring sometimes outside of the lines, not perfectly, well, that's how we learn. Okay, practice.
I like color sometimes going out of the line.
It's intentional, right? So sometimes it could be intentional. Because truth be told,
Or a
really,
good excuse. It's art.
it's art. We can always say, but that's art, right? So it kind of has that kind of watercolor look to it, although this is actually alcohol ink, right? So we can always say we wanted to look a little bit more artsy. Because if you want to really color it like perfectly and then you make a mistake, it's more obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that doing it kind of this way, where like the imperfections are kind of intentional. Okay, so again, this I learned from Stan because I was so stressed. It's like when I was coloring, she said, "Oh, it's okay. Look, Lala. Look what I do." He will just go through the images with colors here and there, and then not perfect. Okay, so of course, if he eventually wants to turn it into a book, he has to do a little bit more tweaking on his coloring. But for something like, you just want to color an image, right? And finish it off, then this is something that, would actually be really nice. Okay, so let's work with this one. Ooh. It looks like the Alps or something, right? Because there's the mountains. All right. So some do have like the tips are brush. Okay, like the Copics, like what Shirley is using, right? So they are, what do you call that? Brush. This is a pointed nib. Mine is using a pointed nib. But I thought before that if I use a pointed nib, that I will not be able to achieve the kind of coloring that somehow I would want to. But you know what? You can.
It's not registering as yellow on the screen.
Yeah, it look orange, right?
It looks like
But it's actually yellow. It's yellow, my friend. How about if we...
No, it's still orange.
Oh, there's something wrong. Okay, maybe I should tweak my... Let me see. Oh, would it be the temperature, the tint? Did the brightness help with that? No? Okay, how about the temperature? Oh, maybe it's my monitor. Guys, do you see it as yellow? Because we're kind of seeing it as kind of orange. Okay, let me see.
It looks like sickly orange.
It looks great, Dinky. Oh, see, Vicky is really cheering you on, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. Hi, Wims. Okay, we have an expert in the house. Yes, Wims is actually really an expert. I kid you not. So I'm happy that she's here because she can give us a lot of tips. Happy to see you coloring. Yay, Wims. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is Shirley going to sleep over? No.
No.
Actually, every Thursdays we are able to meet because our sons actually attending a what is it called, a comic and creative writing class, comic
Making.
book making, right? But that also includes, topics on creative writing and the actual comic, right? And the professor, the teacher, is actually Dinky's husband, who is actually children's book illustrator and author. So if you would like to check out some of his books, okay, he is Robert Magnuson. All right, I think some of his books are on, diba, on Amazon.
No.
Hindi
No,
pa.
no.
Okay,
I
so
don't think so.
okay, so hopefully next time when Robert is ready, we can have him over as a guest so you could see, some of his works. Yellows never look like yellow on camera. Oh, is that a fact, Yvette? I didn't know that. I just came from Makati and had dinner at home. Oh, glad you're back, Wims. Traffic was so terrible. Absolutely agree. We came from Pasig and it took us also forever to get here. And I was so hungry that I actually convinced the kids to, you know what, let's just, what do you call this? Drive through. Okay. And that's why we came home a little bit late. Okay. Again, because for those who don't know, classes have started as well here in the Philippines in full blast. Okay, because a few months ago, only few schools actually were, opened. Okay, some of the schools actually just opened up this week. So it's regular school plus work. Okay, plus the rains because it's been a rainy day today. So that means traffic. So I'm so happy that Wims arrived just in time for us, for our show tonight. Because guys, if you do have questions, okay, I will put Wims in the spot and in the spotlight. So because she is really, okay, if you want to see some awesome coloring, okay, and sometimes she does this, what do you call that? These time-lapse videos? Yes, from beginning to finish. She does have several of those on her channel. Okay, you can actually watch that. All right. So there's actually the part of this Altenew. Okay, that's a brush tip. Okay, so there's a part. Okay, that is actually okay. Okay. All right.
What shall I color my house?
Okay, guys, any suggestion for Dinky? What color will her house be?
It's a log house, so
Oh, okay.
it has to be
Okay,
brown,
but you have to put it there because you cannot see.
Oh, yeah.
That's your camera. All right, so guys.
Oh, I can't. There you go.
Okay.
Really, it looks really muddy and all that, but it
That's okay.
looks better in real life.
Yes.
I promise you.
All right, so what do you think? That's another thing that I actually struggle with, sis. Okay, everyone, is what color to use? Okay, so what do I use? Okay, do I follow the actual color that I see of it in nature, or do I make it whimsical? And sometimes when I mess up, okay, my go-to is, oh, it's a whimsical take, right? So,
You have a paper I can check on.
oh yeah, okay. So you want to swatch that first?
Or is it here?
We have a lot.
Oh, hoo-hoo.
Paper. We have a lot.
Oh, hoo-hoo.
Ah, okay, there. That's the ano. So you can look at the code. Okay, so the tip R865.
Wala.
R. No, it's here.
Is
R.
it? R85.
R8.
Oh, hoo-hoo. Ah, there. This one.
There you go. So that's what
Alright.
it looks like. Because I remember that's one of the very few that I actually have swatched. Okay. So, and if you want to see uhuhu, okay, so what they look like really when you use it. Okay, Wims has a series on her channel, Whimsical Thoughts, where she did, I think, gosh, a lot, maybe a dozen or so videos where she focused on uhuhu. Okay, that's such an amazing series. Check it out. Okay, so again, for those who may be coming on replay or just coming in now and you're like, what is she doing? Basic coloring, my friends. Basic, basic, basic. So if you want more advanced stuff, this is not the episode for you to actually do that. All right?
Just gonna do it.
Yes, go, Shirls. And breathe. Okay, we need to, forget not to breathe. All right, we need to breathe. Breathing is necessary. All right. Okay, it's nice to, when you actually see a little bit of blending, that's good enough.
I have no blend.
That is good enough. If not, it's okay. Do you know that, even coloring within the lines took me a long time to master? I would always color and go beyond the lines, right?
No, make a mistake.
Okay, no worries.
I'm outside of camera.
Okay, here's a great advice from Wims.
What?
I'm so happy Wims. He's actually the teacher and we're the students. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Wims. Check out Robert. Okay. I have to okay. I have to promote your husband.
My
Okay.
husband.
Yes. Okay. So Robert, okay. Magnuson. Yes, there you go. Please check him out and you will see, several. Oh, not Robert. There should be a T. What is that? I don't know how to spell. All right. So, okay, how many does Robert have in terms of, published books?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yes.
But he's
So,
working on a few new ones.
yes. So,
And maybe we can get it published by next year again. The whole catalog.
all right. Oh, the whole.
Maybe.
All right. So definitely when that happens, okay, I will play the friendship card. And hopefully he will agree because he's also very shy, just like Dinky. Okay, to come here, okay, and show us his process. Of course, he is teaching the comic book making class, okay, which also includes creative writing and stuff like that. And of course, I'm there and I wait for my son to finish. I am also, I take a peek every now and then to the class. It's amazing. And today he actually showed some of like how his original, before it actually gets into print. Okay, he showed us why it is like, why do artists normally use blue lines or blue pencil, okay, or blue lead, okay, when they create their. Okay, and the kids are doing it not on what do you call digital. They're doing it, the traditional way. Okay, yes. So with actual markers and pencils. So it's amazing. Okay, here's the tip. If having problems with color combination, it's best to start with color palettes so it will help you what colors to work on. So basically, that's what I'm doing right now. So I started with.
Hers
This one.
is the do's and mine is the don'ts.
No, this is a color. This is a collection from Alten New. So definitely, it means that this would definitely coordinate with each other. So if you are a beginner and you are afraid of, because sometimes when you combine colors, eventually, and then you try to mix it up and it's wrong, it creates mud.
Yeah.
Right?
It turns muddy.
It turns muddy. So it's kind of scary. So I understand, friends, because that's also my fear. But, this is a great tip from Wim. So start with color palettes, right? I'm so proud of you, Mommy Lala. You can now say breathe. Yes. Because actually, you know what? When I was coloring before, Wims would say, Mommy Lala, breathe. I said, how did she know I wasn't breathing? I think she could see from my strokes,
Maybe
or
there's a discoloration already. You're turning blue.
but somehow she saw that I wasn't breathing, right? So there you go. Yes. Oh, bakit nawawala yung T? Yes, this is his name, Robert Magnuson. So he has several amazing books published. Okay, children's book. So he illustrated, colored, and even the stories, they're all original. So, and I just subscribed, Wims. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You would enjoy. Have a ton of inspiration from Wims. Yes, very good, Mami Lala. I see that you're really advancing your coloring skills. Thank you, Wims. And I think the most important thing I learned is that I just really need to relax. Because in the end, I cannot do anything, right? So if that's what it's gonna look like, then so be it, right?
Correct.
Right. So that's one thing. And then this is my favorite technique, the kind of unfinished kind of look. Again, because it's very forgiving, right? Rather than making it look so polished and put together. So for a beginner, I feel that, my friends, try this one. It does have that, kind of, what do you call that look? See, I'm lost for words.
I don't know what look you're going for.
Kind of organic. There you go. Organic looking. So that is always my excuse. Right? So there you go. So not perfect. But at least, okay, my only intention is to kind of finish something. All right? So hopefully we will be finished. Because we're still on alcohol markers, my friends. Okay, so that's why people are saying, is Shirley gonna sleep over? Because yes, I know it's kind of late. Yes, it's 9:53. But that we actually, so after class we meet up for dinner, and then another thing that we do is we play board games. Yes, we're a geeky family and friends. So our kids, okay, they both also love board games. So before we go home, okay, our head here, we drop by the center to pick, the board games that the kids would love to work on. And at the same time, before the show, we actually play along as well. So that's why last week, right? So you saw they were here as well. And then Dinky had, about 11 o'clock. Was it 11? Something like that. They had to say bye-bye. Okay, because every Thursdays, yes, we are together until, of course, the class ends. By the way, this class, if you are based here in the Philippines, hopefully we are going to come up with something that would be hybrid or virtual. And if you would like to take that class, okay, from Robert, okay, we will figure out how we can do that. Okay, and then we will open it up to everyone, even to our international friends. But there's going to be a part 2, absolutely, because people are clamoring for this class. So watch out for it, my friends. And if you are interested, okay, just message me, because maybe if we have enough crafters who are interested to come up, with their own comic or something similar, then we could probably ask, our dear friend Robert. Okay, so there is no rhyme or reason. Okay, I just feel
I'm just trying to get color as much as I can because time.
Yeah, so we do want to finish. Okay, at least finish something. All right. So I think as a beginner, that's one of the things that we need to remember, that perfection is not the goal. Right? Because if you're a beginner and then you want to compare, say, your work with that of Wims or with Meg, okay, you're just putting yourself into a lot of, of frustration. Because, they've been doing this for a long time. And of course, their work is going to be much better because they understand color more. They do understand, also the processes, right? So for beginners, give yourself some grace that, it's not about perfection. Being able to actually finish at least something, okay, is an achievement in itself. Like Dinky over here, she's almost. Oh, I love the combinations. Sis,
But
love
it's not
it.
registering correctly.
Yeah, although sorry about that. I think our camera is. Yeah, we're blaming the camera. Absolutely. We are going to blame the camera at this point.
Blame the camera.
Right, there you go. Okay, as you can see. You know, when Wims starts coloring and you watch her, it's like, it's so relaxing to watch because you don't see any pressure, okay, in the way she, sometimes it's like, where is this coloring gonna go, right? So sometimes it feels like, oh really, and then eventually you'll see, oh my, it is beautiful, right? So again, just trust the no process. In my case, there is no process really. Okay, I'm just trying to be comfortable with holding the marker, comfortable with flicking it with whatever is the color as well. Okay, so maybe it's not perfect, so what? See, look, Dinky is using the broad tip, right? So why did you choose the broad tips instead of the nib?
It's faster.
Yeah. See, it's faster.
And also, it gives faster line.
Yes. And there's this one thing I learned from Wims before. If you want, you can always like do like those dots. Okay, hold on. Where is that? All right. So, come on, camera. All right. So those dots, do you see those dots? She calls that like pointillism. Okay. So, yeah. So you can actually create that. Just put dots, dots, dots. Instead of coloring everything, it actually also adds a great, interest. Okay, so there, huh, Wims, I added your advice from before. Yes, Wims had been a guest on my show, I think twice over in the past. So if you want to check that out, just Google or just look for YouTube Mommy Guide Inc. and then Whimsical Thoughts. And definitely you would see some of those episodes where Wims guided us through some basic, coloring tips and techniques. Okay, so hopefully in the future you would see intermediate. No longer basic. Okay, I can dream, right? I can dream. All right, so it's just a matter of more practice, and I'm all for that now.
You're
okay,
almost done and it looks so pretty.
thank you, my friend. But I made a little bit of I cheated. You know why? Because my image is very big. So it's easier to finish than yours. Okay. And sometimes what you don't know actually won't hurt, right? But that actually, what Dinky is working on is hard because there's a lot of images, very, very tiny ones. So, but are you frustrated, sis, or are you having fun? Is it a mix? You're still thinking.
I just made a mistake, but okay. So, I'm okay. I'm okay.
What's a mistake?
They're colored.
Mm.
It's a mistake. Because I forgot which color I used. I usually put everything on this side. The ones that I used.
All right,
And
I feel you.
It's okay.
Yes.
We're rolling.
Exactly. We're rolling. I'm not gonna sing. Get
Might get taken down.
not really, but they're gonna, what do you call that? Do a claim. Yes.
So,
As if naman you earn a lot that they're gonna get something.
really?
Yeah, they're very particular. Artists are very particular about, of course, their music. And that's fine because we do understand. Us artists.
Of course.
Right? So,
Yeah, we say.
okay. So instead of greens for my leaves, okay, in honor of, kind of fall, almost fall season. Okay, so we're gonna turn, them into, okay, kind of a
I like they
yellow
brushed
brown. Yes, right? And normally the brush tip actually is easier to blend. Okay, so that's why if you're a beginner, I also, would highly suggest that you actually start with the brush.
My
Okay.
bird
What happened to your bird?
looks like looks like a
There you go.
bruise.
A bu-
It looks like a bruised bird. Like a bruised bird.
Almost there.
No, I have to catch up.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I think this is where I'm gonna mess this thing. Because it's purple, then you're gonna make. Okay, no. Let's say this is. I was supposed to
color
pick.
my cows.
Okay,
Do you
let me
like
see.
a purple cow? Let's try
Sure.
a purple cow.
Yes. Why not? Okay, Dalise is not in the chat, so you're good. Dalise doesn't like purple. She doesn't like,
Who?
and Dalise, Stamper girl. Okay, so
Does not like purple.
exactly. She was like, in my case, it's what do you call that?
What about
I s-
magenta?
I struggle with neon.
I don't
Imagine
like neon, but
coloring with
look,
neon.
Now it's looking like neon.
It's like I cannot do neon. So every time that there would be a challenge, and then there would be neon, and if there's a way for me to what you call that to counter that, I would say no neon. Because I really I struggle with neon. It's like
I need more. What do you call that? Brush tips. Where are they? How can I tell if it's a brush
okay,
tip?
the uhuhu markers that we have, Shirls or Dinky, sad to say, they are really, like, you can see it says broad and then it says fine.
Oh, I only
But-
have to read.
Yes, but they don't worry because you don't know, right, beginner? But there is an uhuhu marker that actually has a fine and then brush.
Okay.
So I thought, it's on sale. It's so cheap. I said, go. Kasi like 300, 400. And then I realized it's not brush. It's
Ay.
fine. But, okay, despite that, I was surprised that it actually blends pretty well still. All right, so this is it. Right? So,
Wait, my cow. Wait
Of
for
course.
my cow.
okay, look. Okay, you have to show that. All right, we have to
But
show.
the color.
Okay, we have to focus on
I
Shirls,
don't know.
all
I
right?
don't know. I don't
Okay, so let's use this camera. All right, so there, so you can
know.
see.
Don't
what-
know. Not yet.
Yes,
Not
this
yet,
is Dinky.
please.
Okay, so that's her cow.
It's a.
Do you feel that that's a beginner coloring? I don't think so. Cheryl's watched my videos from several years
No,
ago.
no.
That's an utter, beginner. All right, so let's, see how. So she's almost done.
I need something.
All right. Okay.
There it is.
Okay. So Wims is saying something. Because you used to panic before when coloring. Yes, because you know how it is, Wims, when you don't know what you're doing. It's so easy to panic. That's like my default. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Hi, Christy. Oh my goodness. Hi, Christy. Thanks for dropping by. Yes, this is utterly basic coloring, Christy. Oh my goodness, Christy, you should check out her channel as well. And oftentimes she goes live with friends as well. Right? So for coffee on hand, Jana. Oh my goodness, is that your second cup? Okay, Wims is saying there's another technique I'm doing. After coloring with Uhuhu, I add a layer of colored pencil to add texture and depth.
That's right.
Yes, Charles, I also learned that recently because sometimes when we color them, okay, so maybe we can do that, right?
Maybe.
Yes. Okay. So after we are done coloring, we will do this advice of Wims. Okay. Take note. Take note for the beginners out there. All right. Take note of that advice from Wims. All right. So I'll show you what happened. Okay. Hey, Wims from Jana. That technique sounds interesting. Yes, I also learned that recently, and I did that with my coloring for one of the hops for Crafty Stamp Co. Okay. So where I think the hair has lost its details. So I went over with pencils. All right, so I'm gonna show that. Okay, utterly beginner. Okay, I need to run. Thank you, Vicky. Have a great
Thank
rest of the
you.
day. All right.
Run.
Yes,
Run free.
I think this was the most difficult part. I was more than anything afraid to color because in my mind, it has to be perfect. It's like I don't have the right to actually go on YouTube and do something that is, such a beginner thing. But now I realize, you know what? There are a lot like me. Okay. And, how will we learn if we will not start from somewhere? Right. So I'm very grateful to Wims and to a lot of people in the community who has just kept on, I do this all the time whenever I go live every day in the months of August, April, or December. And as Wim said, yes, guys, I think I have, to give myself grace that I think I have improved a lot. Thank you so much, Barbara. Purple is awesome. Oh, Yvette's still here. Yes, purple is my favorite color. All right, Team Purple is in the house.
Well, you have
All right.
purple cows. I made purple cows with some lime on its back.
There you go. Absolutely whimsical coloring from my dear friend Dinky. That is gorgeous. See? They say it's gorgeous. It doesn't look like a beginner, Shirley. Oh my gosh.
Really?
This is from Wims. This is from Wims.
Thank you so much.
Okay, after the episode that Wims did with me, I think maybe 2, 3 years ago, and then I went to the mall, and then I saw an art gallery, and I was so proud because I said, "Oh, I know that technique."
No.
Because Wims taught that during the live. It's like, whoa, right? So I somehow learned to appreciate better. Okay, artists work as well.
I need some like counterpart with green.
Okay.
With this. What's this?
Oh,
what
this is your green.
Coptic. Copic.
All right, these are your greens.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
It's so intimidating. So many shades of green. A woman made this. Because boys just go light green and dark.
See, I did it the easy way. Just got a collection, and I'm good to go.
But then,
but Shirley, she's such a brave soul. Okay, I will use whatever color there is. What do you have, right? So
they are not brush tip.
Oh, which one?
The Copic.
No, they are.
No, they're not.
You open the other side.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so the Copics are double-sided. So one is broad, okay, and one is okay. So one is a brush. Okay, so most of the time you will notice that the barrel has a color, a colored band, means that's the one that has the brush. Okay, so the other one, that's the broad. Okay, so this is the brush. That's the broad. Okay. So whatever it is that you use, don't worry. As long as it's alcohol marker, I find that, somehow they blend perfectly well. Okay, so especially, Copic markers aren't cheap, my friends. They're kind of spendy. So if you're a beginner and it's like, oh, I want those Copic markers, there are a ton of options now. All right, so like you have Altenew, you have Ohuhu, right? And if you say, okay, but I need, brush pens. Watch Wim's videos, and she just colors with just fine nibs, and it's still okay, right? So you can a lot with that. All right, so now, okay, yes, almost done. Because no, don't worry, my friend.
I'm rushing.
Don't rush, because we will do what Wims mentioned earlier, right? So that if you have, pencils, okay. So one pencil that I really, really love is, what do you call this? Okay, although I have, as I've, shown you earlier, I do have the Faber-Castell ones, the Polychromos, okay, and I also have, the Derwent, just because, me, I like collecting.
You buy two of each
Yes.
kind.
Yes, it's like as if they're gonna go out of business tomorrow. So it's like you have to buy two of whatever. Okay, so this is like a 150. Okay, Prismacolor pencil. Okay, I need 150 colors of Prismacolor? No,
No.
you just need the very basic ones, right? So okay, so what Wims mentioned earlier is that if somehow, okay, while you were coloring, okay, so you want to put back the details, right? So you can grab, a color pencil, a color pencil. Like, but, we need to find something that somehow more or less also, it's this kind of same color. This is more of a blue, so I don't think that's the one. So I'm looking for, because these are all blue, Lala, that's why. Okay, so this one says violet. Okay, I think that one's good. Okay, so let's look for a darker shade more. All right, so you can like go back with it. Okay, do you see? All right, so that you could put back the details onto it. So you finish it off. Okay, so and it's okay. Okay, so I didn't know that, if you go over it with color pencils, that it's gonna be okay. But actually, it is. Okay, so it adds that additional, you can
Depth,
even, yes,
depth.
there you go. Thank you, my dear friend, who's so good at English. Because, this is a coffee.
Spanish latte.
Spanish latte. See? There you go. Okay.
I am
So you
digging
can
it.
mix your alcohol, okay, markers with your color pencils. Okay. So this one. You can even add a little bit of, let's say, see, this one's a real yellow. The others are really not. So I want to add that kind of detail onto the sides of the leaves. So it's now have like 3 colors, right? So there you go. Dinky's done. Woohoo! High five. Woohoo! All right. Okay, hold on.
Does it look nice on screen?
Okay, there you go. Okay. Dinky, okay, in focus. Her finished colored card.
How do I? Sorry, really, you need to see it.
There.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I will hold it and you
There
describe.
you go.
Okay, you can point to it and describe.
I don't know. It's a house in the middle of a
Okay.
forest.
Okay, so how did you choose the colors?
Anything in nature, just yellow, blue, green, orange.
Okay, so that was your you played around with those colors.
Yeah, it's the only funky part there are the purple and lime cows. The
Where are the
bloody
purple
red
cows?
Eagles,
There's a purple
and
cow.
the orange moose. Sorry, they all had this.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but
how about the house?
It's a log house.
It's a log house. There you go. Okay, a little bit more focus. Okay, so do you see those red, whimsical eagles?
The eagle.
Right.
This has a light blue color, just so nothing.
It blends.
left
It's so
white.
unfair. This is our first time to do anything coloring, and she's done such an amazing thing, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I can even see some blending in parts of these parts of the tree.
And the leaves.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And she mixed different brands, right? She used Copic, she used a Hoo.
I didn't know that
Right?
you only had to stick on.
Actually, I did say
Oh.
eventually that you can actually mix as long as
Alright,
they're,
alright.
and
Whatever
Wims,
was in front.
and then Wims even added that you can even, to add more
Wow.
detail, add, okay, so this is mine. Okay, so again,
It's
doesn't
so
have to be,
pretty.
okay, I just hope that the camera would focus. Camera, focus.
It's such a shame though that they doesn't capture the
Yeah,
color.
the camera doesn't want to focus anyway. It doesn't want to
There,
focus on
there.
my flower. All right. So if you can see here, I added a bit of details, more details using this one. Hold on. Okay, so this is what Wim said. So sometimes when we color, okay, so sometimes the details might get lost. So you can get your, color pencils, okay, and add, some more details. How I would just wish this camera would just focus.
It's
Can
not
you just
cooperating
can you
tonight.
just focus? You're so unfair.
There.
You have favoritism. So maybe let's put it back here. Okay, it doesn't want to focus. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, I think that's a better. Okay, that's the. And it's moving. All right, so that's the better view. So again, alcohol markers. Okay, with color pencils. All right. So now we're gonna go to color pencil. Okay, so maybe we will not finish. Okay, maybe you can do this one, Charles. All right, the one you started earlier. Okay, so now we will focus on color pencil. So that was alcohol ink marker. The reason why we focus on alcohol ink markers first is that because I feel that if you are a beginner, the working with this is now Shirley. You're seeing Shirley's workspace. I feel that alcohol markers are the easiest to blend and easiest to create
Manipulate.
more depth like that. So because
Yes.
they blend easy, right?
It's very forgiving.
Yes, very forgiving. But the thing that you need to make or to take note of though is the paper, right? So if you're using a paper that's kind of synthetic, also rock paper, rock paper is it's such an amazing kind of paper, so smooth and all. But remember, it's made of rock, and so blending using Copic markers with rock paper is not good. I've tried it, failed immensely. No matter what I do, but we make use of paper that's quite smooth, because remember the brush will also get destroyed if you use textured paper, right? And of course the blending would be nicer if it's a smooth paper, right? And then if it's with the color pencils like what Shirley am I going to use today, you can also use the same kind that you use for your alcohol ink markers. Okay, so what brand do you want to use, Shirls? Okay, so we have Prisma. Okay, so
Look at this box.
okay, so we do have Prisma. Okay, and then we have Team Faber-Castell.
My goodness.
All right, so this is the
Prisma.
polychromos. Okay, so Shirley's gonna work with Prisma, and I'm gonna work with Faber-Castell. So these two brands are actually very, beautiful brands to work with. So I'll just remove this so Shirley can work on it.
Maybe we can
It's okay, so I can use another brand. Okay, so let's they can
compare
focus.
the
Yes,
color.
yes. So
This is a lot. Huh?
oh yeah, so you don't need to have all of these kinds of pencils if you are not a beginner, right?
Or
So
you just come over here. And
yes, come on over. Okay, we do have a club. Okay, you can come on over and join us. But kidding aside, right? So I just easily swayed by amazing products and amazing reviews. So I love getting them, but being able to use them, okay, is another thing. And I'm so happy that because of doing content, I am now able to use this more, okay, better than before. Okay, so I would want to work on, okay, so this one. Okay, so one of the things that how it is with pencil, unlike alcohol markers where it's so easy to blend, I feel that with pencil I have to, that's the difference between this kinds of kind of spendy pencils, the ones with like brands like the Faber-Castell or the Prisma. They're kind of more expensive, but the pigments are really nice, right? So you can buy color pencils that are very cheap, right? Like dollar store, like those kinds. It's okay, they will color, but when it comes to like blending, okay, so I feel that this really are better. Okay, So you kind of get what you pay for, kind of thingy, right? So this one, okay. So I already started. So if you would see, most of the time when you do color pencil, right? So it takes a while. It's like for you to be able to color it in. Okay, unlike when you're using alcohol. And sometimes it's also kind of tiring to go back and forth, right? So, and a thing that I find in the past to actually make them blend nicer is to use this synthetic thing called Gamsol. Okay, so it kind of breaks the pigments.
Is that a solvent?
Yes, yes. It kind of breaks the pigments so that you can blend. Then will how it will have a little bit of different shades on it. But Wims told me, of course, Whimsical Thoughts in the chat said that, Mami Lala, coloring with pencils, the lines that you make, those imperfections somehow that people think they are kind of part and parcel of the identity of the colorist, right? So it's okay. And sometimes, so with color pencils, so those different kinds of techniques called like cross hatching. So sometimes when we color, it's like that, right? Like that, right? So there are many ways. So you can do first, like you can do lines like that first, okay, and then you can do this kind of lines, right? And then just go over and over and then do like this kind of lines, all right? So that it does have a little bit of a different feel to it, okay, rather than just coloring. Or sometimes I used to color like this circular, so like that. So the thing is, you see the difference. Oh, sometimes it's lighter here, darker there. So it's kind of hard to have that like consistency. But as Wim said, it's okay, Mami Lala, because that is part of the character of the coloring. So I don't like that. So I would, break it down with Gamsol. I will just show you. Just a warning, it does have a bit of a smell. Okay, there you go. Okay, I have this, what do you call this? Q-tips. Okay. Ang tawag natin dito sa Pilipinas nito.
What is it?
They call it Q-tips, but we call it
Earbuds?
cotton buds. Yeah. Yes, cotton buds. So I just dip that. Or sometimes I use like the blender, like the paper. Okay, and then what I will do is I will blend it like this and see what happens. So now look, it's like it's very even, right? Look, so the coloring somehow is more even. So rather than this where you see a bit of white lines and stuff. So when I use that, it kind of mixes it together. So I feel that it looks better. So, but eventually I realized what Wims was saying, that in doing so, you lose the character of the actual coloring, right? And plus the fact that this is not safe for our health, right? So I try to just embrace the fact that it might not look as nicely blended as if you actually what do you call that, Charles? Color it with alcohol ink markers, but still it has that really nice look of a color pencil. Even those kind of imperfect lines, okay, is actually nice, right? So let's color in the ribbons of my or my tree, right? So this is actually from Brutus Monroe. Okay, this one. Okay, I got that several years ago. So maybe let's use this green. A combination of this three kinds of green for my tree. Okay. Wow, you're almost done.
No, I'm
Now
not.
you're so ahead of me, my friend.
No, I'm not. I'm still working on it.
Let me go back to the chat. Okay, and see what tips Wims has for us. Okay, yes, so there's a lot of Team Purple. Uh, See, again, Shirley, that doesn't look like a beginner. Woohoo! And the colors still match. So many shades of green. Wait till you see Mommy Lala's ink pads. Oh my goodness. Just like the other day, my husband was looking for a pencil on my station. Then I pointed him to the container of pencils. When he got one, he got my charcoal pencil, and I said, not that one. Because you just said pencil, right? I feel you, Wims. Now you swatch, Mommy Lala. Plus 5 points for you. Oh, yes, I forgot. The very first thing you need to do is to actually swatch your pencils. And you don't just make one swatch for everything. So if you're going to use a different kind of paper, you also need to swatch it. Because sometimes they have a different look. Depends also on the paper. Let's say your paper is a little bit on the, not really, really white, a little bit yellowish or something like that. So that's something that artists, it's like their default. Before they start on anything, they actually do the swatching first. But I'm kind of lazy.
Takes a lot of work.
Yes, that is a really great tip from Barbara. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, Wims is Whimsical Thoughts. Okay, so she is really a trained artist, and before she became a crafter, she really was a traditional artist, watercolor, name it, she does it, right? So oil, acrylic, right? And then she got also into the crafting rabbit hole. Yes, good morning, my newest BFF friend, Christelle. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, we're both beginners. I'm a little bit more, what do you call this? Used to being a beginner, but still a beginner, because this is really Dinky's first foray into coloring, right? If I can go technical, she used mostly cool colors. Oh, those colors are actually cool. So the cools are on the blues, I think, right? So it's actually a good strategy that she put red on the house to give focus to it because it contrasts to the cool. See?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have that strategy in mind?
No.
But
I
it
just
worked.
felt it.
Oh no, what happened to the chat? I lost my chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, I kind
But
of...
I'm having a difficult time with the flowers.
Okay, where is it? Oh, it became so small. Okay, I have to make it big. Come on, make it big. Oh, I lost my chat. Okay, how about
Color
this?
theory.
Oh, I tried many times over to work with that, but truth be said, it's really hard. Okay, where is my chat? Okay, I have to change to a different window. I kind of messed up the chat on that one. Yes, thank you. It looks beautiful. Okay, yes. This is the one that Wims actually mentioned. So people can read. That is so funny. There is a small shopping area that's called the Purple Cow. Oh yes, yes. I actually have a Purple Cow die cutting machine or a trimmer. I don't know if you remember. Yes, it's called Purple Cow, and it's really purple. I have that before.
Imagine that.
Yes, so to the cool colors surrounding it, the red eagles are also a good strategy because you were able to frame the image. Okay, because of those red eagles on the corner. Wow.
I wanted to keep the image, like tighten the edges so that it spill out.
Yes.
Spill out of the
See?
page.
She's kind of beginner in terms of, the actual act of coloring, but she does know what she wants. Actually, her clinic is one of my favorites. It's so aesthetically pleasing. So she does have an artistic eye, but I want to turn a crafter out of her.
I don't
All right,
know.
so
I have tried and failed many times.
no,
So
don't give up, my friend. I am an example of so many failures, but now.
I will clean the bathroom anytime over.
Oh my goodness. Oh, where's Jordan? Hi, Jordan. The Purple Cow is on Dairy Mart Road. All right. So Yvette is in San Diego. Right. So if you somehow get to go to San Diego, okay, so there, that if you want to check out, the Purple Cow, okay, store. Okay, Yvette, have a great day. Okay, doing Aquafit. And I sure hope that Yvette would give us a little bit of a glimpse of, how she does, Aquafit. All right. All right. So basically, that is it. Okay. So let us see. Okay. Let's go back to our workspace. Oops, not that. Not that. Okay. What am I? Am I pressing? Okay, there you go. So I'll just finish this tree of mine and then we will go to my list. Okay. Favorite and my worst fear.
What?
Watercolor. So for those who know me, watercolor is just the mere mention of watercolor before, guys. I remember I attended this class, sis. Okay, so that time was my very first introduction to card making because I was a scrapbooker, and that time I think it was what 2013, 2012, something like that. So I attended this card making class because it was done by a friend of mine. Okay, Nanette is the owner of My Little Attic Studio, the very first Alteneu educator here in the Philippines and in Asia. So she had that class. Of course, I said, of course, friend, I will join. And here, okay, so we were in the class, and it's like everything was watercolor. Watercolor pencils, watercolor palettes, watercolor, water brushes. Okay, it's like, why is everything watercolor? And so she asked me, she went around different tables. I felt that I was the only one there who actually do not know anything about watercolor. And so I was like immobilized in my seat. And then she asked, Lala, how are you? I said, the tears just came rolling down
Hello?
my cheeks. I didn't realize I was that stressed.
Really?
Because everybody beside me were doing something. They were very proudly doing watercolor with their cards and stuff. And I don't even know where to start. Which one do I pick first? What do I do? And so I started to cry and said, why are you crying? Because I cannot understand. I said, there's a card making, right? So I think that's why, from the very onset, I was afraid of watercolor. And the fact that, I'm very meticulous. It's like, I want everything to be, perfect. And you know how watercolor is. You can't stop.
You cannot control.
Yes, okay, don't go beyond that. Stop, right? So you can't say watercolor, stop, right? So that's why I was so afraid of watercolor and what it does. But I know, when I look at friends and their watercolor work, I'm so amazed. I love it. It's just, why is it that when it's my turn, it doesn't look as nice, right? So I really veered away from doing watercolor, but then doing content on YouTube somehow. What?
This is why you swatch, because I lost the color.
All right.
I cannot find it anymore. Out of
all right, because
sea
sea of
color
colors.
pencils. I forgot where that green is.
Right.
So now I don't know. We'll just wing it.
Yes. So there you go. When you know, just wing it. Right. So it took me a long time. A lot of prompting. It's like no matter how much people would tell me, no, watercolor is fine. This is fine. Just let it flow. It's okay. This is perfect. This is like, in my mind, it doesn't look right. If this is okay, why does it look different from what the others are doing? So, for me, it doesn't look okay. Right? So no matter what prompting, they did, I really still felt that, watercolor is not something I think would love. But eventually, as I tried to learn by watching videos, other people's project, they seem actually really nice. But why is it that when I do it, it's a different story altogether, right?
It's okay.
There you go. I think it's really part and parcel, or a big majority of it would be mindset. Really mindset. Okay, so if you can see, I'm not even caring, right? So no rhyme or reason. I'm just simply coloring, my tree. Okay, I'm not after perfection anymore, and I don't care about, if it doesn't look perfect. It's fine. Okay, the only person that needs to be happy with this is first and foremost me, right? So I've learned to be okay with it. Okay, there you go. See? And let's get a little bit of another color of yellow, right? So, okay. See, that's a brighter yellow, okay, a darker yellow. And maybe, what do I color those, garlands?
Ay,
Okay.
cute!
Right? So, a whimsical tree, so to speak. Right? So, it's not perfect. Okay. And then I will just add a little bit of detail onto the sides by making it. Another thing I couldn't understand about coloring Shirls was the shadow. The concept of, shadows. It's like, where will the shadow fall? It says wherever the light is, okay, that's gonna be the bright part. And then it's like, even if they say that the light is coming from here, what the heck is that?
It's either a cat or a rat in your ceiling.
Oh my goodness!
Joining us and maybe...
That is scary.
No, let them be. They're happy.
But it feels as if it's coming over there, no?
I think it's feeling.
Now you're not gonna leave. You're gonna stay here.
No, it's just a little kitty or a little ratty.
Oh my goodness.
Call them ratty.
It's really strong.
Yeah, it went. It went.
Oh my goodness. I'm
It's
kind
okay.
of scared. No?
No, it's fine.
They're fine? Can you talk to them? Oh, okay. So what do you think
I'm
I
a
should?
veterinarian.
Yes.
That's why.
Okay, yeah. So Doc, that's why I call her Doc Shirley. Yes, Doc is a veterinarian. And if you are based here in the Philippines and you need to go away or move away, oh, actually, WIMS does have also fur baby. And then you need a place for them to stay for a while you are out and about. They do have a pet hotel. Where is this located?
Marikina.
Marikina. Yes, it's a stone's throw away from Quezon City where I live. And what's the name of the pet hotel?
Valley Homestead Pet Hotel.
All right, Valley Homestead. I will try to. Okay, I don't know if my moderator daughter is in the chat, but but if you
I will be
ever
coming back here because I'm
Yes.
having fun.
Yay, there you go. Right? So you don't need to worry because absolutely you know that yes, Doc Shirley is a vet, right? So your fur babies are gonna be in good hands as you try to, do a little bit of what do you call that, Shirls? Me time. Okay.
Me time.
Yes,
family
away
time.
from them for a while, right? Because there's just some places where you just can't take them. Maybe it's not safe for them, right? So but there's an awesome place you can actually leave them for a bit and not be worried. All right, so there you go. So it's just the tree will have this different kinds of color, right? I remember when my kids were younger, I didn't have a proper tree for a very long time because our tree had, like SpongeBob, those kinds of things, right? So everything has to be like cartoony looking,
Yours is really nice.
right?
I have a problem with flowers.
This one, the flowers. All right, but look, okay, so
Wait. It's not yet done.
okay, it's not yet done. Oh, okay, I thought you wanted to finish it and it's fine, right?
Let's just finish it so that then.
Okay, so there you go.
With pencil, all your strokes are seen, so it's hard
Yes.
to hide mistakes.
Yeah, so that's why I chose this image because absolutely it doesn't need to be perfect, right? So it's kind of look even like a sketch. So if you're an utter beginner, try to work with these kinds of things first, right? So don't go for those like still life kind of, images. Okay, so try to do, whimsical ones first. Okay, and then once you get the hang of, working with those, then you can start with, a more refined kind of, coloring. But as it is, look, very cute one, right? Nothing much, no perfection, nothing much, done. And yes, okay, so in a little bit, well,
There you go.
Shirley
I'm
is
done.
finishing hers. Okay, so she's actually done.
I think.
All right, so let's give her the floor to showcase it. But first, okay, let's check. Okay, so okay, let me see what was the purple cow. Dinky will now be knighted with the sword of a crafter. Wiz, how do we do that? With a pencil. I finally knight you a crafter. Do this, do that. How do we do that? Oh, that's so cute. No, you don't need to, because you could just need to go to the house. Take care, Yvette from Wims. It's fun to color with Dinky. Absolutely. Right? She's so brave. That's one thing that I didn't have.
Because I'm not taking myself seriously.
I was like, I couldn't even put a color onto the paper. I was like, even is this color right? The pencil, is this okay? It's like, no. So, if you're a beginner and you feel that, oh, maybe I need a Copic marker, I need a Prismacolor, I need, a Faber-Castell, I need all of these expensive things to actually make things work. Sorry to burst your bubble, my friend, but that's not the case, right? Okay, it does, eventually make it easier, can make your products nicer, but okay, it's not the answer. It's really practice, practice, practice. If what you have are just the, regular school coloring, okay, materials that you have, like the Crayola, okay, markers, pencils. There are even people I know who actually do calligraphy with just Crayola.
Wow.
Right? So really it helps, and if you have, the budget for it, go ahead, okay? But there you go. All right, so let's start first with Shirls. Okay, so can you share with us? Okay.
It's muddy. It became muddy.
Which part? Oh, this is nice. Look at
This
that.
one. This is muddy.
Okay, let's see. Is it muddy? Does it look muddy,
It's-
friends?
I just
Okay,
like
hold
my
on.
leaves, and that's it.
Okay, she said that this kind of looks a little bit muddy. So this camera is so iffy. It's like if I even move a little, okay, it's gonna be blurry. But look at this one.
It's okay.
Look at how she colored this one, friends. Are you really a beginner?
Yes.
Look
po.
at that flower. Look at that detail on the, what do you call this? The bottom of the petal,
Yeah.
right? So she does have, shadows and stuff over there. Awesome.
You see,
Right?
I've been married to an illustrator for 25 years.
So is it by
know,
assimilation?
yes, it's by assimilation. It's in the air.
Right. So we were actually, it's like, Robert, do you want to join us? I don't think so.
He is colorblind, so that's why I guide him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Color.
But still, you should see his work, right? So always beautiful, and he's a very good teacher. So if ever we do launch that class, I highly suggest that you join us. Okay, now for our last challenge. We can do this. Okay, so our last challenge. Okay.
My cup is empty.
All right.
So it's that time in the evening where it's no longer coffee.
Okay.
It's alcohol.
All right. So we're now gonna go to watercolor. All right. So watercolor. But what is she doing? All right. So one again, like many others. Okay. So when I attended that watercolor class, again, just like anything, Nanette said, okay, or your teachers would always say, start out by swatching what you have, right? So this is the watercolor swatch for the Altenew watercolor. Okay, they're liquid watercolors, right? So watercolors can come in different ways. So they have the liquid ones that are ready to actually use as it is, or you can, dilute it a little. I don't know if that's the term. There must be a better term for that, to make it a little bit less pigmented, or not too bright. And then you also have those that are in a what do I call this? Like color pencil form, but they're actually water soluble colored pencils. So the way you use it is like, the watercolor, like the colored pencil. Okay, so you do glide it a little bit onto, the paper. But when you get water, let's just use a brush pen, and then you put water. Okay, so it does react like a watercolor, right? So the water came out a little bit too late. So you can actually start with the wet, the wet on dry, or the dry on wet. So there you go, right? So it does have, the properties of a watercolor, but it can be in a pencil form, okay? Or it can also be in something like this, right? So it can be in a, like this is called the Kore Clean Color. So they're actually also, okay, so water soluble. They're real brush, but if you, like, say, put it like there, okay, so drying
It
up.
comes with water already?
No, no, no. But then you can actually, they can react just like watercolor. Okay, so when you see,
Ooh,
right?
very
So
pigmented.
yes, the pigments will dissolve, and you have something like watercolor.
Nice.
Right? So these are your Zig color. So it's less messy to, to work with. See?
Zig. How
There you
much
go.
is one of these?
I have no idea anymore because I've had this forever. I think Sammy was what? Maybe 7? or
Wow, and
6?
she's already almost finished college.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow, it's really holding up well.
Yes, but some are, you actually saw it's a little bit dried, right? But then again, it's water activated, so it's nice, right? So you can have like watercolors that in like markers, in pencils, and of course you have those that come, your traditional watercolors, like this. It comes in pans, right? And of course, before you actually use it, they look very different oftentimes from what they look like here. So you need to really swatch them first. Okay? But since we're utter beginners, so will we have time to swatch? I don't think
No,
so,
I don't
because
think so.
Shirley is already, tired as well. So we will not go with the 8/10 blocks. Not today. We're just doing beginner stuff. So what do you want to work with today, my friend? Okay. So which one?
We can try this.
Okay, or you can start with also liquid ones. Okay, so these are from Altenew. They're already liquid. Okay, in form.
Wow.
Okay, so that makes it easy for us to start. I just need to get where did I put the pans or height?
What are these again? Sorry, did we?
Yeah,
show
those
this?
are actually pencils. Oh,
All right.
I know these are just colors for
Okay.
like skin tone.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So you would want to start with this one. Shirley is gonna do this one. Okay, that's a letterpressed one. You said you wanted
No, I
this
don't
one?
want to destroy that.
Ah, okay,
It's
you
so
don't-
good. It
All right.
looks really nice.
All right, so
Very classy. I don't want to
all right, so that's one of our
destroy it.
letterpress projects. Okay, so maybe you would want to work on any of these.
Sure.
All right, so there you go.
What about you?
Okay, I'm looking for one right now.
Isn't there
Maybe-
anything that's like, just a circle? Come on, there's
Ah,
a
here.
garland.
Okay,
An
no.
elephant is hard to color.
How about her?
No, that's more intricate.
A cotton ball. You
It's
can
gonna
just
be
color her purple or
A
pink.
purple goat. No,
Yeah.
no. We'll stick to this one. Since
Okay,
it's
I
the
will do.
Christmas season.
Yeah, I will do cotton ball. This is cotton ball. I did her yesterday. Remember?
Aw.
Okay,
It's
so
a sheep, not a goat. It's a
oh
sheep.
yeah, it's a lamb. Is it a
Yeah.
lamb or sheep?
Lamb is a young sheep.
Sheep. Okay, there you go. All right. So So if you can see here, all right, so I still have some of my watercolors I used before still there. All right, so you could, of course, you need to use a watercolor brush. Okay, so this is actually sable. So this is kind of expensive. So normally, if you're really not gonna do watercolor artwork, no, just a regular brush pen, water brush pen, I think is what you call it, or a regular, watercolor. Okay, would do. Okay, but since so that it's faster, so you can just choose any of those over there. Just press on it so that the water will go out. Okay, and then you want to use this one?
I don't. What am I going to use?
Yeah,
This one?
you can
this
use
one.
this.
Alright,
okay, so if we will put water on that.
How do we?
So you can put a little bit of water first and then get okay.
Like that, and
yes, and then pull
alright.
out what do you call that? Pull out a color. Okay, from this so that they can see, all right?
Alright.
Again, the thing is you need to swatch. But since,
But yeah, let's. The
today
theme
is
of the
just
night is winging it.
yes, I'm gonna wing it everything here. All right, so I'm using the leftover watercolor from
Where can we
Altenew.
dab? Here.
Oh, okay. You have here, here, tissue. Okay, yes, that's good. Yes, so if it's too wet, you can actually, dab. Okay. So the thing with watercolor, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So okay, there you go. I'm just, coloring the flowers. Okay, I'm not even replenishing it because I do want to have, different intensities of, the flower that is on a cotton ball's hair. This is cotton ball. This is actually the image I created yesterday from our letterpress episode. And this is a design, by Justin. Okay, this is called the farm. Okay, I forgot the farm. Justin's farm collection. There you go. Justin's farm collection. So there's a pig called Daisy. There's a cow called Clover. Okay, and then of course cotton ball, the lamb. Then you have some chickens called the Feathered Friends collection. So it is for letterpressing. And the thing with letterpress is that it is debossed, right? So there's an awesome texture there. Okay, as is where is, it's already very beautiful. So the thing with this water brush, okay, I will also get some tissue underneath, okay, is that to clean is very easy as well, right? So you just, put a little bit of water, let it flow, and then it's dry. And then I can, go into another color, right? So I will go grab my, probably this green.
All this
All
coloring
right.
is making me
So
hungry.
even if it has dried up, okay, you can easily activate it with, water. Okay, but I think this one has really dried up. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, for it to. Okay, there's no pigment whatsoever. Okay, this one's better. Okay, so it is a darker green though. So if I do want a little bit of, so I am sharing Shirley's. Okay, because this is way too green. Okay, so there you go. All right, so we are utter beginners. So if ever you found this video and you think that we're experts, sorry. Okay, to burst your bubble, but we're actually very much beginner. But we are trying out, coloring with different kinds of, media from what I actually have. Yes, I'm Mommy Lala of Mommy Guide Inc. All right, there you go. Right, so, and I still have a lot. Okay, wow, this green is super pigmented. Okay, that's one thing that I like about, Altenew. Okay, with this watercolor, maybe a little pink, right, Charles?
Yeah. Oh
Mm.
wow, that's nice.
Right?
That's really
Uh
nice.
huh. Oh, this is not. It's orange. We don't want orange. Okay, maybe a little bit of
Is there
red.
watercolor that has glitter?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, I actually have some here. Here. Okay, so you have this.
ooh, because
Okay,
my
you can add
balls.
some glitter. Okay, onto that one.
How do
Okay.
you pick up the just
They're the
dab
same.
it,
Oh yes. Okay, so
but
you
I'll
see?
clean it first.
Yes, you gotta clean it first.
You have everything.
Kinda.
There is no denying.
Yeah. How can I? Right? But I'm just glad that being a content creator now has allowed me to actually not just, hoard them,
Hoard.
thinking that, it's like for me, it was always about perfection. If, it's not the perfect project, it's not the perfect time, then it will just stay there. Okay, waiting for that perfect moment where they can be used. And I realized that that doesn't really, it's not gonna happen. Because perfection is not something that is achievable, right? So there will always be something that's kinda gonna mess it up somehow.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna do this. All right. Just pick it up.
Yeah.
Load my brush with the wet. What is this? Just water or
Yes.
anything special? Nothing.
Nothing, just water.
Not picking up.
It's because this is very dry.
Okay.
So you gotta. There you go.
All right.
There you go. Now you are picking it up. Now I need something
Oh, we
pink.
didn't spray any fixative.
None.
So when do you spray a fixative? Before or after?
After.
All right.
After. Okay, so I'm just looking for what do you think would be the color of course it's white, right? But can I do like a gray on it, or would it be like better if it's pink?
Which one?
The body, a little bit of pink on the cheek or here and there.
Pink, baby pink.
Baby pink. Okay, so do I have that?
You see? A woman's description. And we understand what baby pink is. Powder blue, baby pink.
Yeah,
When you say that to a man, baby pink, what are you talking about, baby pink?
define. Okay, if I look at a baby and I go to a baby, will it say all right? So just a bit of here and
Glitter
there.
isn't glittering.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, I will join you in a bit. I will just finish,
But it's okay.
adding some bits of pinch of pink here and there. Okay. We know that this is such an awesome,
Hey, this is even faster than the previous
right? So how
projects.
fun is that? Right? It's really not glittering. Oh, there, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
You see?
I think
When-
you need to
Yes.
let it dry and then go over it several times.
Yes, so I'm gonna go and grab some of that as well, and then I'm gonna put it on its, on its nose, and then probably on the bottom of its eyes. It's kind of just high with the eyes twinkling like that, right?
What color is the other one?
So I'm gonna put a little bit of tinge of, something.
Ooh, look at that.
There you go.
You're done already?
Yeah, I cheated because it's so easy to. Oh, I have Tina. This is one of my, ladies in my Bible study group who's here as well. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. Okay, you have. It's perfectly blended. Dinky.
Ding.
You have more coloring items than mine. Oh my. Yes,
Then a
Wims.
bookstore,
How
actually.
I wish that would actually also resonate, that if you have more materials, that would actually resonate to having a better output. But no. So you see, this is Dinky.
Wait,
right? So
there's
this
one
is,
more.
yes.
I don't know how.
Okay, so you are watching my dear friend Dinky, an absolute beginner. Never even tried this just yet. Right, yes, it's fun to color with Dinky. Super cute, said Barbara. Bye, ladies. I have to help my daughter with the. Oh, no. I hope that. Barbara, you know how to change a tire? I don't even know. All right, you ladies, take care. All right. And of course, we have Tina. Why are you still awake, my friend? Thank you so much for dropping by, sis. Hope all is well. Okay. Oh, no. Take care, Barbara. Hope your daughter is okay. Yes, yes. Please do take care. I hope that the car has already been, placed on the. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, so you're putting like gold, glitter onto everything.
Well, no, I don't know.
Oh, maybe those can have like a shim.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or another is, instead of watercolor, let's only in crafting can we do this. Legally okay to cheat. Okay? All right. Because we can do like a wink of Stella if only I can find it.
What's a wink of Stella?
A wink of Stella is this one. Okay. It's not watercolor, but it can give that shine or shimmer glitter onto your product. So you'll see when it dries up, it's gonna shine. All right, and so let's give my cotton ball, okay, a shiny eyes.
It won't come out.
Glittery eyes. Nice kind of nose. All right, so maybe. So parang malabas lang. It's gonna shine later.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. All right, so let's showcase your watercolored, card panel. Okay, so can you describe what did you use for this one, sis? You use this one, right? This a Pebeo. Okay, this is actually a watercolor that most students, right, actually use. Okay, for school.
Yeah.
Right? So and
very handy.
Very handy, yes, because you can actually bring it anywhere. And for those who are into planners, basically that's what they use, those kinds of, right? All right. And so, of course, the theme is Christmas. So
Red,
you went
green,
with
and gold.
Yes, so red, green, and gold. Although you cannot see it, but do you see the shimmer in some of those balls? Because she actually used this tambi, okay, gold. Okay.
It does take a little bit of effort too.
Yes, because this hasn't been used for years. So anyway, so that's Shirley's. All right, and so let's go to mine. Again, this is cotton ball. All right, so cotton ball as it is very pretty, right? Because this is a letter pressed, image of the lamb. Okay, again, this is from Justine's Farm Collection. If you're interested, check that out. Okay, it's from Spellbinders. Okay, so this is part of her Better Press Letterpress collection. And I just simply use some Altenew liquid inks or liquid watercolors, right? So that are actually just leftovers from my previous watercoloring. So before I didn't know, Cheryl. So after I use it, I will clean everything.
You don't need to?
No, because these are when they dry up. It's okay because there's still that watercolor. So the next time, so you just need to, wet it, and then you will activate the colors once again. Okay. Right? So don't need to clean it unless it's something like, for example, like this one, right? So
muddy.
just make sure that, you can actually let it be, but if you're gonna bring it, so it's really, you need to wipe it dry, right? So basically, that's it. This is my cotton ball. All right.
Yay.
So let's go back here and let us check the chat. So maybe let's put all our finished projects for tonight, Shirls.
All right. Where does this belong to?
In one of these brush
Okay.
pens. Okay, we will find later. All right. I think it's this one. All right. So for tomorrow, I'm not even sure what basic concept we will be doing. I do have in front of me like a hot press, or button press, things that might be useful for the coming holidays if you are, want to start out, okay, with the basics. So these are basically the projects that Shirley and I did today, right? So maybe we need a bigger, okay, there you go. Because we were like, all right, so there. Okay, so awesome. Look at that. Okay, we created 6, different projects for tonight. Okay, one with alcohol ink, one with colored pencils, and one with watercolor. High five! High five. Okay, here, so they can see. There you go. Okay. All right. So before we leave, okay, so let's just check
nice.
The chat once again. Okay. Cotton ball is so cute. Yes, actually they are all so cute. Guys, you could check out the link from my previous video where I actually placed the link to all of them. I did several projects with them when this collection was released, by Spellbinders a few months ago. I was so blessed to have been part of that awesome hop to feature, Justine's newest collection. All right. So I don't clean my watercolor palette too, especially if I blended the colors I need, right? So when she says blended the colors I need, so because, most artists like Wims, they don't even need to buy the specific like green that we want. They make their own. So what they do is they just play around with the basic colors, the primary colors, and then they create their own kind of green, yellow, and stuff. And so if it's something that they blended and they might still be used, so they don't remove it. But sad to say, I can't do that because I'm a beginner. So I just buy basically what is like pre-mixed or pre-made or whatever you call it. Okay, so, where is that? Okay, so how about cutting tools po? Oh yeah, I have. Oh yes, I think I have I actually have it in the veranda already, right? So I actually do have that. So when you say cutting tools, these are your paper trimmers, your cutters.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw. I don't think I have a chainsaw. All right, so we'll see. Okay, I'm not really set on what basic technique we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Okay, so would you want to show your face today? No, sister. No.
I will just make C-lip.
There you go.
Well, I don't know where.
There. Here. Together. Yay! All right. So that's my dear friend Dinky. Yeah. Right. So again, I would like to thank her so much. It's pretty late.
Thank you for
She's
having
been
me.
up since very early morning because they have clients. When I say clients, these are they're
Ow-ows.
their ow-ows and their meow-meows in their pet hotel, all right? So again, thank you so much for joining me and Dinky today, right? So I hope that you had as much fun as we had. Again, this is utterly for beginners. So if you are looking for something a little bit more advanced, head on to Wim's channel over there in the chat or to our other guests who are in the chat as well. Again, thank you so much and see you tomorrow for another basic crafting here at Mommy Guide Inc. for Craft Every Day in August. And please don't forget, yes, Dinky reminded me to please hit that like button. Yes, the one that looks like this. And of course, don't forget to, yes, please do share. If you know anyone who wants to start coloring but is afraid, yes, show them that this one, see, they're beginners, but it's okay. And of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever Mommy Lala has a new video or live stream or even shorts. And yes, please do subscribe. Yay. All right, so we're almost on to that 11K milestone. All right, with that, thank you so much again. And see you again tomorrow for another Crafty Nights here at Mommy Guiding. Bye! Woohoo! All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.